A new poll by the Washington Post says that in the 2024 matchup between President Biden and Donald Trump, many young people will choose Trump. The election received a lot of media attention and caused a lot of confusion, but mostly for the wrong reasons. I don't know how to say this politely, but only a complete sane person would believe that Trump is chasing Biden with young voters. Young voters still favor Democrats and liberals more than Republicans and conservatives, by a large margin. In the last 2 election cycles, we have seen young voters swing more in favor of the Democrats, including when Biden defeated Trump in the 2020 youth vote. Specifically, we are just 3 months away from the 2022 midterm elections, in which Democrats overwhelmingly beat Republicans in the youth polls. The idea that it changed completely in just 3 months, against all historical trends, is absurd. However, many of the mainstream media are promoting this new poll as if it is legitimate. The media knows better, of course. Anyone with a political IQ above 0 knows that this election is flawed and has many major issues. Besides, all you have to do is look at the other polls out there to make sure that no other poll shows this kind of thing. It is a classic case of the media always promoting the most ridiculously wrong election of the week, while ignoring every other election released that week, just because the conflict and shocking results are their good for ratings. Referrals have their own problems, but they are not the main problem. The media's dishonest portrayal of voters is a problem. There could be 10 new polls that show Smith well ahead of Jones, and 1 poll that shows Jones ahead of Smith, and the media will brag about that poll. The other 10 polls that fall somewhere in line with what we know to be true about the real world are sure to be accurate. But they are also boring. So, instead, the campaign makes the only wrong election the only right election, and indeed the only election season. As we speak, the polling experts at the Washington Post are actually trying to figure out why they got the wrong and ugly results, and are tweaking their methods to avoid forcing themselves. Shame again. Despite this coming out, various other companies are promoting the same inaccurate Washington Post poll as if it were the ultimate truth. The main reason many of you are suspicious of the election is that the media only shows the wrong polls and insists that they are correct. And when the poll results are far from the remote polls shown to you by the media, you blame the wrong polls. In these cases, the overall voter turnout often accurately predicts the outcome of the election. Your job is to always remember that the media is lying to you about what even the polls are saying. Don't just shout silly, simple things like "I don't trust the election." Always remember to ignore whatever the media says about the polls and research the poll numbers for yourself every time. You will find that what the media says the polls say and what the polls actually say are often 2 very different things.